So this hash include in C++ is called a preprocessor directive, and what it does is it include the predefined header file. So think this as a file which is already present in C++, and this file is included by writing hash include. And whenever you write or whenever you want to include some file, you include it in these greater than and less than sign like this. Okay, so the first line means include a preprocessor directive. So this is a preprocessor directive, and this preprocessor directive include this file which is already present in your C++ program. So this is by default. Okay, and when you include this, this will include the header file, and what this header file will contain, this header file will contain some function which will be useful for us to develop our code. Okay, now we come to the next line. So this line using namespace standard says C++ that we are going to use the standard library to do our work. For example, this cout here belongs to the standard library. Okay, so what these two line means is, first line is to include the file. Okay, and this line says there is somewhere std class or std namespace in this file, and so include this namespace std from this file. Okay, and we are going to use some function from this namespace which are present in this file to perform our code. Okay, now in the next line this int main function is declared. So every C++ program has one and only one main function, and this main function tells C++ that from here you need to start your program. Okay, so the main is the main entry point of the C++ program to execute. And if you see here, there is int written before this main function. So this int shows what kind of return it is expecting, right? So int main is a function, and every function start with this curly bracket and end with this closing curly bracket. Okay, so whenever you write a function, start with this curly bracket and close with this curly bracket. So C++ knows that this is a function, and C++ always start with a main function, right? And what this int mean, that it's expecting an integer to return. So you can see here we are returning 0, which is an integer, when our program is successfully compiled and run. Okay, so 0, it is a default value for success. So whenever you write 0 and your program reaches here, that means C++ knows that the execution of your program is successful, right? That's why we are returning 0.